Hello, welcome to Cracking the Cryptic. Now, to celebrate our reaching 50,000 subscribers, which is an absolutely astonishing number, and thank you if you're one of those subscribers. We really are humbled by that. But we're also humbled by this. Derek Neal, one of our most interesting and enthusiastic Sudoku contributors, has collaborated with Neil Shepherd, also known as Alberich, well-known cryptic crossword compiler, who I've certainly come across many times. He has a great website, look it up. And they've created a joint puzzle called a Cryptic Sudoku. Now, I haven't looked at this yet. I think our plan is that I'm going to have a go at solving it. Simon's going to have a separate go at solving it. We may show you both videos, or we may chop them together or something. We'll have to see how it goes.
Now, it seems to come in a few different stages. You can see on the screen at the moment is a cryptic crossword. Then I think this becomes a Sudoku, if I understand correctly. And then Derek sent me an email after that saying the Sudoku becomes a QR code. So this could be a long video. Now, this puts me at a substantial disadvantage. Mark, for those of you who aren't aware, is the widely regarded, I think, as the greatest cryptic crossword solver of all time. He is exceedingly fast, so his video is likely to be shorter than mine by some distance, but I'm going to do my best, and let's take a look. So let's just read the instructions. Write your answers to these cryptic clues in the spaces beneath each. Okay, right, that means I've got to write them under here, which I won't be able to do, but hopefully I'll be able to remember. Coloured spaces indicate a shared letter. Each cryptic clue encodes a phrase that hints at a number. 9 yards might clue the number 27. Okay, because there's presumably there are 3 feet in a yard. Is that right? So 3 times 9 gives 27. Right. Each clue is also accompanied by a modifier which must be applied to the number before it can be entered into the grid. Good grief. Oh, I see. That's these pluses. And minus 83, minus 1,279. Solve the clues to figure out the numbers, and then enter those numbers into the grid crossword style to create a valid Sudoku. Yeah, okay, that bit I'd understood. Solve that Sudoku to complete the puzzle. Right, so I think best thing to do, just solve some of these clues. So here we go.
Wife can be the letter W. To dry bar stool. Okay, yes. Because dry can be teetotal, or the abbreviation TT, and with W for wife, that suddenly made me realise that a 3-6 phrase would be 230, and that is the famous answer to a joke, often told with somewhat either racist or culturally misappropriated Chinaman having a dental appointment for 2:30 because it sounds like 230. So W stopping 2 TT. I don't quite understand. Oh, thirsty would be dry, not TT at all.
How does that work? Wife would be W. Stops. Dry bar stool initially. Making time. Wife stops 2. So wife is sort of stopping. It's inside the word 2. I think that would give us 2. Then, thirsty would be dry. Bar stool initially. So by the initial letter of the word stool. Goodness me, that's complicated. So 230. That's meant. What am I meant to do with this? It gives me an R in a yellow space. Oh, I see. And the yellow space goes. So these 2 letters have to be an R. Right. Well, hang on. What do I do now? Oh, I see. So I just add 1 to that and put that in the grid. So it's 231 that I need to put in the grid. Now, 1 second. I need to get a grid. Right. Here's a grid. 231. I've got to put in here. 231. Okay, let's get rid of that. I don't think that's going to be helpful. And I suppose solving that would normally give me a load of starting letters, but here it just gives me some R's. And let's try this one. A quantity of heroin located in plain disgusting. Quantity of heroin. I have no clue what that is. Let's try another one. Let's try this one. There's an R in second word. Some cash is brought back by Terry after vacation, so that'll be TY. German currency. Reichsmark? German currency could be the name of a river in Germany. Some cash is... That is a bit suspect. Because isn't necessary in terms of the sort of normal reading of the clue. So it's probably been, you could just say some cash brought back by Terry after vacation. So some cash is brought back. That suggests... that gives me 60. Look, if I reverse is, I get SI. By, as in, if you go 3 by 4, you would be saying 3 times 4. So by is sometimes X. So this is SIX, then TY. Some cash. 60. 6. I don't even know a phrase involving the word 60, I don't think. 60. Some German. Oh, hang on, this could just be... right, so I've just spotted that this, I think the answer to this is 60 grand, which is just some cash. It's an amount of cash. So these answers don't have to be like normal phrases. They're just giving an expression for a number. So this is 60 grand is the answer. That's G for German plus Rand for currency, South African currency. 60 grand.
Some cash is brought back by Terry after vacation. German currency. 5-5. So it's German currency is surely Deutschmarks, but maybe just the marks there. Some cash is brought back. SI. By can mean times, which can be represented by an X. Terry after vacation can be just the letters TY, because the rest of the word Terry has been vacated or emptied out. So 60 we get there. German currency, not marks, but G for German and Rand as a currency. 60 grand.
And then, so 60,000, I've got to take off that 1,279 to get what I put in at 6 down. Right, okay, well, let's do that. So what's that going to be? 58,000. 721, is that? That looks right. And that's all different digits, so that does suggest that it's the right answer. I haven't done the subtraction incorrectly. I'm trying to work out which is going to be the easiest. Let's try this one. 2 down. Rents houses close to Seattle and New York for a decade. Okay, well, that's 10 years.
2. Rents houses close to Seattle and New York for a decade. Well, a decade's 10 years, so that's likely to be the answer. Rents can be tears. They can be rents in clothing or something. And if the word tears is housing, the close to Seattle, the closing letter of it is E, and New York is the letters NY, a common abbreviation. You get 10 years, so 3650.
And that gives a Y in a green space. Oh, and now it's an answer beginning with a 3. So, right, this must be the number of days in 10 years. So 3,650 minus 83. Okay, so 3,567. Is that what that's going to be? Yeah, I think that's again, that looks good, doesn't it? It's not clashing with anything. So this one, 5 across, begins, it's a 70,000 number. So Pro gets snotty about a cargo load.
Snotty can be a midshipman, but I don't know another abbreviation for that. Pro, that could be 4. Gets snotty about, so an anagram of snotty, 40 tons. I guess that's a cargo load. I'm going to reveal my embarrassing lack of knowledge about the metric system. A ton is some number of hundredweight, isn't it? I got this wrong in a quiz recently as well, and I'm afraid I'm going to just look it up in the dictionary. What is a ton? It is equivalent to 2,240 pounds. So that's quite likely to be what we're looking at. So 2,240 pounds times 40 tons would be, sorry, I can't do that in my head. It's going to be 896, and how many zeros? 8960, and so 89,600, and the modifier is minus 1085, so we are left with 96 minus 11 is 88515 for an across answer, I reckon. Okay.
And then a cargo load must be 40 tons. Oh goodness, I don't know anything about tons. Hang on, I'm going to have to get Google, I think, or let's just have a look. 40 tons. I need this in I need this in some sort of 40 tons in, what's that going to be, pounds? Is that? Ah, that looks good. 80,000. Okay, I should have probably known that. Sorry. So 80,000. That is going to be right, isn't it? It's 80,000 minus 1,085 is going to give 78915. Is that? That again, that's all looking like it's different digits, so I'm hopeful I've done the subtraction correctly. I don't even know if it's really worth trying to use clues I've got. Maybe I'll look at 9 across. An expression sexist ultimately left yard copper facing the sack. And it says, we've got a Y in it. An expression sexist ultimately, okay, well this is 20. T is the last letter of sexist. Left went, Y yard. So 20.
Copper, CU, 20 cubed. The sack could be bed, as in hitting the sack. 20 cubed is the answer, which is 8,000. Minus 109 is 7891 for that one.
So 8,000 minus 109, that's going to be 791. Again, all different digits. So, in fact, we've got 7891 repeated there in row 4 and row, whatever row that is, 6. Well, never mind about that. We're doing okay. 10 down. Mark's probably finished about 5 minutes ago. A file size like 1 bits, extremely nugatory anyhow. What on? Okay, now this is an anagram. So this is an anagram of like 1 bits, 7, 11, and the extreme letters of nugatory, so N and Y. So it looks like it's got kilobytes in it.
A file size, this is going to be technical knowledge that I don't have, like 1 bit's extremely nugatory anyhow. Well, extremely nugatory is probably the letters NY, which are at the extremes of the word nugatory. Could be an anagram of like one's bits NY. How many letters is that? 4. No, like 1 bits. 4, 8, 11. Yes, that is the right number. So like one's bits NY. Just going to write down the letter. Like 1 bits NY. And we want a file size. Kilobytes. That's in that. Kilobytes, 9 kilobytes. Oh, I'm sorry, this is technical knowledge. It's some multiple. It's a power of 2, isn't it, in a kilobyte? But I don't know for sure. 1024 bytes, or loosely 1000. Let's assume it's the exact 1024. Multiply that by 9 gives us 9216 minus 93 is the modifier. 9123, and hopefully this will just give us a classic Sudoku to do.
This generates product for turbine they supply. Supply is probably an anagram indicator. Supply. So that I need 14 letters. There. For turbine they is 14 letters. So this generates product.
This generates product for turbine they supply. Now I know that supply can often be meant to be read in a crossword clue as supply, which means kind of having been moulded, which means it's an anagram indicator. So we need 14 letters, and for turbine they gives 14 letters. Product can be a multiplication in maths. We can get by out of this. And it looks like 13 by 4 would be the anagram. Could be 4. Yeah, that's good in terms of the numbers of letters in 824. I think that's right. Let's just take the letters U and 4 out. Then you've got turbine they. Yeah, 13 by 4. Which is obviously 52 as a product plus 0. So I think clue 3 is giving us the number 52.
13 by 4. That fits. 13 by... That would give me a U. I haven't done that one. 13 by 4 is 52. Does that work? Yes. Yes, it does. Okay, that's probably right. So 4 down. Pity silly mid-on comes in drunk when the day's almost over.
Wow, 728. Something midnight to midnight has an anagram of mid-on in it. In fact, tight around an anagram of mid-on gives us something to midnight. When the day's almost over. And pity for the something to midnight. What is pity? That's 7 letters with a U second letter and means pity and is some sort of hour quarter, no quarter given. Quarter to midnight, okay, which is 11:45. If you
give no quarter, do you give no pity? Pity. I quite like it because it's got a U in the right place. So if it was quarter to midnight, oh, I wonder which, okay, -4, so I've got to use a 24-hour clock, I think. So that would be 23:40, it's right, 23:45, so 23:41, again no clashes, so I reckon that's right.
Tiny cracks worried us for a duration. Again, the phrase of 4/7, so it's going to be, yeah, 4 something. 4 minutes. Tiny can be minute. So you put that in an anagram of us4 and you get 4 minutes, which is obviously 240 seconds. We're told to plus 24. That's 264. I'm glad to be getting these. I mean, I have to say that with this puzzle format, if you can't cold solve these clues, oh, we don't know where that goes. they're going to be very hard. There's not really indications of how to get to the answers without the clues.
So 4 minutes is 240. So that would imply I need 264, which they're all different digits. I like that. That looks good. 264. Nothing's clashing yet. A quantity of heroin located in plane. Disgusting. A quantity of heroin. What do you get? Grams? Ounces? Plane can be a tree.
Plane can be a tree, which could be useful for something. 3. H, in fact, in tree gives us 3.
Oh, 3. Heroin could be just H. Maybe it's... Three. Gross. 3 gross is right. 3 gross. Gross is disgusting. 3 gross. Oh. 420. 432. Is that right? 432? That looks right. Yes, it works. Oh no, it's not right. Oh dear. Well, unless this is wrong. Oh, I've got to add 5. Oh, 432 add 5. Phew, that gives me a 7. And now that gives me an M in this last one. So looks happy about still accompanying youngster for a distance. Looks happy about still accompanying youngster for a distance. Smiles. Something is some number of miles.
Accompanying youngster. Yards, miles, smiles. Looks happy. So it's S and then miles at the end. About still. Even. Teen. 17 miles.
I'm going to have to get our good friend Google. 17 miles. In yards, maybe? 29,920? Does that look like it might be right? What's the 29,920 minus 9? 20? Oh no, that's not right. Ah.
Right. Okay, I'm going to go to the calculator to do 1760, which is the yards in a mile, times 17, 29,920, and we subtract 9. Oh, that's not good. Because that gives us 29911. 1,760 yards in a mile, surely. Well, I suppose in the 9 yards example, it wasn't inches, it was feet. So maybe we come down to furlongs? That's the one. Oh, it could be 5280 feet. So we multiply 29,900 times 3 to get feet.
Oh, it can't be 20. It can't begin with a 2 even, because there's... Oh, is it feet? Oh, hang on, this could be feet. 29,920 times 3. 89,760. Yes. Oh! Okay, so 89,760. So that's 751. Right, so there we go. I think we now have a Sudoku, so I'm going to have to go and put this into our software. 1 second while I do that. I'm looking forward to this. Let's see how we would solve it. So 3 and so this must be a 3. This must be a 5.
So here's the puzzle in our software, and I'm just going to have a go at it now. There's a lot of givens actually. I was going to say that I'd expect, given Derek's history that this was going to be quite tough, but there's an awful lot of gibbons in this puzzle, so
I'm going to have Mark lording it over me. He's probably going to bifurcate this after about 2 seconds of starting it. So, you know, don't respect that if you see that. You know, that's not proper solving. 5, 7, 8, 9.
Ooh, okay, there's not a lot in the top section of the grid. That has to be a 6, and there's a 1, 3 pair here. 5, that's the last 5, I think. Okay, not so clear what to do next. 1s, 3s, 7s, could be any of those 3. Well, we could make progress if I used uniqueness. Those 2 cells and those 2 cells. Up here, those 2 cells must contain a 2. Down here, there are 2, 6 pair. That tells me that this pair can't contain a 6. Not if we assume that the Sudoku has a unique solution. Maybe there's a sense in which we should be trying to establish that it doesn't, but I can't see immediately how else to resolve this. And I think it'll solve reasonably quickly. I'm going to assume uniqueness. Maybe Simon will do a solve that doesn't. And we can see that later. But
that's 1, 2, or 6. Now I'm tempted to use this. Actually, look, that's a unique rectangle point. So we cannot. This square here cannot be a 2 or a 6, because if it is, then this pattern here is broken. So if we looked at the finished solution and we saw a 2 or a 6 in this square, what we'd find is, let's just show you, 2, 2, 6, 6, for example. There'd be nothing about the internal logic of this puzzle that would disambiguate this solution from this solution. There's still a 2 and a 6 in this column, a 2 and a 6 in this column, a 2 and a 6 in this row, a 2 and a 6 in this row, a 2 and a 6 in this box, and a 2 and a 6 in this box. There is no difference sort of isomorphically between this solution and this one. So what we can do, therefore, if we know that this puzzle has a unique solution, and I'm assuming it does, is we can just put a 1 in there immediately, and that might help us. That must be an 8 now, therefore this is a 6 down here. 6, 7, 7, 9. That must be a 9. You can see we need 4 and 8 into those squares now, so that must be an 8. That's a 4. That's a 9, 9, 7 at the top. 8, 9, 8, 4, 4, 7. This square here must be a 4, I think. That can't be a 6, that must be a 2. That resolves this 2 and 6 here. Now hopefully, if I've not made a mistake, we're looking at 3 and 7 into these squares. That looks alright, doesn't it?
I mean, it all has resolved very nicely. And that finishes the... Yeah, thank you to Derek and Neil for that. That's excellent.
Just have a look. Yes. Right, now I'm going to have to pause again because I need to go and find out about this QR code. Okay, so I've uploaded a QR scanner to my phone. I didn't have one. And now I've got to do this. Look, I've got to fill in a whole load of black squares into the grid. So I'm going to try and do that now. I have to move this over here. So now what I think I have to do is take a screenshot of this and superimpose it on another bit of the QR code which Derek has provided me with. So again, quick pause. Okay, so here we go. I've tried to paste the QR sort of insert into the middle of the wider QR picture that Derek sent me. So now I've got to use my phone, I think. How do I do this? Let's try and scan it. Ha! Congrats on 50k subs. I don't know if you guys can see that. I will try and show it to you on the webcam there. Fantastic. That is something else. I'd never appreciated you could use QR codes like that, let alone how to do it.
And look at that, instantly. This tells me congrats on 50k subs. So that's the message that that Derek's saved under that QR code. How kind of him. How kind of him to create this puzzle. That was a very entertaining hybrid puzzle. Thanks very much for watching. It'll be very interesting to see Simon solve it as well.
So Neil and Derek, thank you so much. I'm not sure, what are we up to? 33 minutes. Yeah, now I'm going to be really angry if Mark's like done a 15-minute video. But that was my attempt. Really enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and thank you all you guys for being subscribers to this channel. Much appreciated. See you soon on Cracking the Cryptic.